First, the latest from Australia, and the nation's most populous state will see a slight easing of restrictions later this week.
He describes himself as a miracle man. Jason O'Brien from the western New South Wales town of Dubbo has survived COVID-19.
I'm just grateful that these people here, my blue angels and the doctors, they put my life back. Give me my life back.
He was given a departure to remember from hospital. With the rate of infection continuing to decline, New South Wales Premier Gladys Berejiklian was today the bearer of good news. From Friday, 2 adults will be able to visit anybody else in their home as long as they are healthy and social distancing measures are adhered to. But this first loosening of social restrictions came with a warning. If you have a sniffle, you shouldn't be visiting anybody. You shouldn't be out of your house, frankly. You should be getting tested. So we want to stress that these opportunities to visit others in a household come with qualifications. The high number of infections and deaths at an Anglican care home in Sydney's west continues to cause alarm. 5 residents, including an 89-year-old woman, have in the past 48 hours died from COVID-19, bringing the total number of deaths linked to the facility to 11. The virus was first discovered there on April 11, and Anglicare says it will be some weeks before the facility is cleared of the virus. CEO Grant Millard said the pandemic is unprecedented in terms of its scale and impact across the world. But more importantly, we know what a devastating effect it is having on older people. Queensland today reported what it's calling a 0 day, with no new infections reported. It plans to push on with a possible mid-May return to classrooms if current trends continue.
We're looking at getting more class contact between teachers and students. That's my number one goal, and I think it's the goal of every other state premier and territory minister as well.
New South Wales followed Queensland and WA in announcing various easing of restrictions. But in Victoria, Premier Daniel Andrews has steadfastly refused to join them.
This is not over. And any sense of complacency would simply be wrong. It would run the risk of giving back all the great gains that we've made.
A number of Victoria's construction workers were tested on site today, part of a testing blitz aiming to reach 100,000 people in the next fortnight. The emphasis will be on keeping testing levels high around the country when restrictions are eventually eased. A Pathology Technology Australia audit found testing can be ramped up to 50 or 60,000 a day at an estimated cost of $1.8 billion.
We want to be able to do the testing, and combined with the COVID Safe app, we've got the testing and we'll have the tracking and tracing.
The spread of the virus from unknown sources has reduced dramatically. Only one of today's confirmed cases was via community transmission, a statistic Health Minister Greg Hunt says is one of the most important he's seen in his time dealing with COVID-19.
It means that as a country, we are not just flattening the curve, but we are consolidating it, extending it and securing it.
Minister Hunt added that nearly 2.5 million people have downloaded the COVID Safe app since it launched on Sunday night. Matt Cannellan, SBS World News.